I ain't no simp, but in my time across the globe and throughout my school years, I have seen many disgusting cross-dressing ass cross simps. So many simps. Back in my day, I went to school with this kid. Now, I'm not gonna say his name, so let's just call him Guzzlecum, short for Guzzlecum. Cause that is what he wanted to do to all the girls in our school. Like, I'm being serious, bro. The way that this guy was thirsting over 13-year-olds, you would have thought he's Jay-Z or something. Now, there is a very thin line between simping and just having game. Usually, this does have something to do with your looks, but Guzzlecum neither had good looks or game. So very quickly, bro became a simp. And very quickly, he fell into the first stage of the 5 stages of grief. Denial. Guzzlecum was so down bad, he was in such desperate need of some puss that he did one of the worst things a man can do. He lied, which isn't terrible, we've all lied, but he lied about having cancer. A simp is a person that is, for lack of better words, just down tremendously bad for another person. And I don't care who you are, if you're a girl, a guy, a fucking helicopter, anybody can be a simp. And Guzzlecum was the epitome of a simp. As I said before, Guzzlecum lied about having cancer, but how we got to that situation is a story in of itself. Essentially, Guzzlecum had been off school for around 2 to 3 weeks. Now, did anyone know the reason why? No. But the girl in question of this simping masterclass texted Guzzlecum asking him why. And he said he had cancer, which might have been a joke, but I don't fucking know. Now, to middle schoolers that don't know any better, this is quite a strange thing to say, especially because most people will believe you, because we were fucking stupid. And Guzzlecum, although he looked like the reincarnation of Chum-Li, was quite a respected guy. I would say that I believed most of the stuff that came out of his mouth. It's not like we were dealing with some compulsive liar that just couldn't tell a truth to save his life. No, he was a kid and I believed him. He was a good kid. He was a good kid, man. He was a good kid. Good kid. And so now the girl has gone around telling everyone, oh, Guzzlecum has cancer. And people were worried. In fact, one kid came around with a get well soon card to collect everyone's signatures, but that's another story. And you can tell people were worried. A true figure of our community, Guzzlecum, had been subdued by the wraths of cancer, or so we thought, because a week later, my man walked into school perfectly healthy. This guy looked like he had been drinking all the extra milk cartons that his mum had gave him. This guy looked like he had been on a diet of pure calcium and protein. He was looking fine. And as I said before, very Chumley-esque. And as soon as he came back, the girl that he had told and the girl that he had been denying that he had a crush on came and confronted him. And it's fair enough. I would have gone up and slapped that motherfucker if I'd been told that you had cancer and then suddenly you don't have cancer. Like, bro, we like flip-flopping through deadly diseases that can like kill a whole village of people. Like, this week it's cancer, next week it's herpes. Like, come on, what's going on here, man? And you know what she did? She fucking slapped him in front of everybody. And Guzzlecum said, nah, it was a joke. I was just taking the piss. But it's safe to say that Guzzlecum never got the puss that he wanted. However, after me and Guzzlecum grew up a bit, I started to notice a bit of a change in the simping demographic of the world. Specifically, in my opinion, the Gen Z dating generation being completely fucked. Apps like Tinder and Hinge have truly just shone a horrible light on the desperation of men to get puss and the simping epidemic that is around the world. But that doesn't link to school. Or does it? Sorry, I thought I was Vsauce for a second there. And this brings me to the second stage of grief that I've seen through the growth of simping. Anger. Now I'm gonna focus on the opposite gender for this one, and when I say opposite gender, I mean women. I'm not opening that can of worms. Women are hornballs, bro. Like, for real. Low-key, you don't deep it, but some freaky women out there. Some absolute freakazoids, bro. I made a video on college, and you should go check that out. But I dive deeper into the absolute freaky activities that are going down in college, and most of these activities are being done by women. Because most people think guys are simps, but girls can be simps too. And I'm for all this equality, and it's your body, so you do you. God damn. In my last video, I talked about a girl that lied about being on birth control, but since I've gone to college, I've seen a lot worse stuff. I don't go to a lot of house parties, but in my first week of college, which in the UK is called Freshers Week, I got a couple of invites to some house parties that I thought maybe I should go to. Because I'm 100% the type of person that would rather stay indoors and chill rather than go out. But at the start of college, I didn't know nobody. So like I had to go out and meet people, or else I would just have no friends for the entire 3 years. And before you go to the comments saying, oh, he said 3 years when it's 4 years, a degree is 4 years. Shush. In the UK, it is 3 years, alright? I'm right. Be quiet. So I went to this house party on the college campus and rocked up around 9-10 p.m, which, by the way, I thought that was a normal time to turn up, but apparently not for college parties, because when I turned up, there was only about 20 people, and they said it doesn't even start until 10:30. So then I was just sat there for half an hour, forcing small talk on 15 people I had no clue who they were and had no interest in being friends with. And there was this absolute whale that looked like Lizzo that was trying to talk to me, and I was just talking back to her to be nice, but I was like, nah, get away from me. Anyway, eventually the party did start at 10:30 when two dudes that looked like McLovin and Evan turned up with 2 kegs of beer, and we were off. And I mean, it was fine. I think house parties are a little bit overrated in my opinion, but nothing good ever lasts forever, and soon shit started to go down in the party. So I was talking to this girl, probably having a good conversation about the Rizzler's appearance on Jimmy Fallon, when all of a sudden she just got up and walked away from me. And I was hurt, bro. I was hurting. She was a baddie, and quite frankly, I had fumbled. Although she was definitely tripping off some sort of exotic herb for sure. So I'm feeling bad for myself. But then 20 minutes later, I see her in the same party arguing with another girl. And this argument escalated very quickly to a fist fight, quite frankly. Although that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, because this wasn't like prime John Jones throwing hands. It was a woman fighting. But quickly I find out the reason of this altercation, and it was over a guy. Not me. Fucking definitely not me. She left my ass like 20 minutes ago. But this girl that I was talking to and this guy in question, who, if I remember correctly, had the build of Vector from Despicable Me, matched on Hinge and started talking to each other. The girl messaged him, he messaged her back, and they kicked it off. Apparently, this girl and this guy eventually met up and, you know, did the badoinky doink, the spoinky spoink. Man had the greatest 30 seconds of his entire life and then dipped, because he never texted her after that. So you would think she'd moved on, she'd started talking to new people, but no, apparently she'd become fucking obsessed over this one guy. Need I remind you, the man had the build of Vector from Despicable Me, but I digress. And so when this girl saw this guy with another girl at the same house party I was at, she waited for the guy to go to the toilet, and then she confronted the girl. Top 10 worst ideas in history. I mean, I don't know why the fuck you would ever do that. And they started fighting in the middle of a house party, all over this one dude that she met on Hinge. I was just trying to have a nice time and enjoy myself, but now I got 2 blonde girls screeching at each other in the most annoying voice possible. And you know the exact type of girl I'm talking about as well. Like, I really don't have to describe it for you. You know the person I'm talking about. You definitely sit next to a person like this in your Spanish class, or it could be your fucking sister for all I know. It just shows you how much dating apps have just brain-rotted Gen Z. And is it the guy's fault? Is it the girl's fault? Mate, I'm not here to make judgments, alright? I'm just here to enjoy myself and rant on the internet. It was definitely the guy's fault though. This girl seriously thought that a 20-minute conversation on Hinge and one meetup at her local Costco cafe meant that they were fucking soulmates. And it just shows you how down bad and desperate and angry and horny young people are these days. Speaking as a young person. However, I must come clean and I must repent for my sins. I recently downloaded a dating app. To be fair, and this is 100% cope, but I did it with a joke as my friend. We were trying to see who could get a girl first. And let me tell you, man, it's fucking difficult. Like, Jesus Christ, the expectations for guys on these apps are crazy. If you ain't 6'3" with a Lamborghini with a 7-inch peanut, it's gonna be a long day for you. And it was a long day for me, best believe. I can low-key kind of understand why guys are so down bad now. And that's not saying that some of the disgusting, disturbing messages I've shown from Discord are alright, but it's like, actually, well, no, those are not okay. However, this brings me to the 3rd stage of the simp universe. Bargaining. And the 3rd stage of grief. Eventually, after all these guys and girls go through the stages of simping, after they've denied it, after they've got angry about it and about how they get no game, they start bargaining. And this brings me to one of the most painful stories that I will have to tell you today, because this story is about one of my closest friends, Tommy. Not that one, a different one. A one that was super fucking horny. Tommy was a nice kid, and he was one of my closest friends. Tommy was talking to this girl who was so fucking ugly. Nah, I'm joking. But he didn't like her. She liked him. She was the one dropping loose game on Tommy. She was the one making moves. She was the one that wanted to do dirty stuff with Tommy. But he didn't like her. So when she eventually came clean, Tommy said, "No, you fucking disgust. I am not interested in dating you. You I mean, I think he said it in a nicer way. But anyway, after this, they stopped talking. And, I mean, respect to her, because she was not a simp. She got over it and moved to the next guy. Which happened to be me. You can see there's a bit of a conflict of interest there. And I'm not going to make up the story and be like, oh yeah, I'm the fucking Riz Maestro. I fucking dropped loose game and I got a snap and we went out and did all this stuff. No, that's not what happened. Bruh. She just thought I was kind of cute. So she started talking to me. And so I started talking to her back. Pretty innocently. There was nothing going on there at the beginning. But soon I started to realize, I actually enjoy talking to her and she actually seems like a somewhat nice person. And I know I did say she was ugly about 2 minutes ago, but come on, man. I don't have a lot to work with here. And this was 6th grade, by the way, so we were all very young. And eventually, probably on the fucking monkey bars or the swings, she asked me, do you want to be my boyfriend? And my fucking booger-picking smooth child brain said yes, because I actually enjoyed being around her and there was nothing like fucking sexual going on there when you're in 6th grade, alright? It was just, I liked talking to her, so she was my girlfriend. She was my girlfriend, bro. That's Riz right there. That's unspoken Riz. That's Duke Dennis levels of unspoken Riz. However, Tommy was not very happy about this, and so the next day he came to me and he said, why have you taken my girl? I mean, he said it in like a more 6th grade version, but you know, you get the picture. And this is where I first saw a true simp, and a true simp in his bargaining stage. This guy, this 12-year-old, was mad at me because I got with a girl that he rejected. That don't make sense, bro. I know in 6th grade you're not the smartest, but like, come on, man. And before you type in the comments section, oh, you got Tommy's sloppy seconds, shush. Be quiet. I don't want to hear it, mate. Anyway, Tommy started to get a bit worked up as time moved on, and eventually, like every 6th grader and the big man he was, he challenged me to a fight. This truly was middle school, and because of that, I accepted. I ain't no pussy, mate. Tommy, friends turn foe. That's just how it goes. I don't care, mate. Tommy, you getting your ass beat, son. You're gonna get a beat down in front of everybody in the middle school playground over a girl you literally said you did not like. Like, this is literally just bargaining to the max. Like, bro realized he couldn't get some, so he had to do a double back to get with what I got with. Truly a simp. And when the time came for the fight, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say it was like UFC 229 and it was like Conor McGregor versus Khabib, but I don't even know if you can call it a fight. It was literally just two 12-year-olds slapping each other and then the teacher coming over and breaking it up. Hey, but if it had gone 30 seconds longer, mark my words, Tommy would have been out cold on the floor. No Diddy. Maybe a little bit of Diddy. But oh my god, that is just simping and bargaining to the max. Like, I don't know what bro was even thinking. Needless to say, after that, we were not friends anymore. The switch up from him is like top 10 greatest anime betrayals of all time, for real. We were actually friends, and this is a genuine story, and it is quite sad that we actually let this one girl get in between us. But that brings me on to the 4th stage of simping, and probably the worst stage, which is depression. We've all had our rough patches, you know, and if you haven't for some miraculous reason had one, you've definitely seen someone going through something. It's just human nature, you know. You can't have the highs without the lows. You can't have the bitches without the bros. That's the way it goes, man. And for people that are down bad for the opposite gender, whether that be a male, a female, a blade of grass, this one really hits you in your soul. I can think of many examples, but one instantly hits my mind when I think of a depressed sim. And I can relate to this because a lot of the time when you move to a new school or you move to college, instantly you get infatuated with just this one person who's extra nice to you, who always helps you, who just makes your life a lot easier. But there is a line to a lot of these things, and I have seen those lines be crossed many a time, whether it be in school, whether it be online, whether it be by me or you, or whether it be by your uncle. And let's just say your uncle does not take no for an answer. Anyway, there was a man called Kevin. Was I friends with Kevin? No, but we were a part of the same online friend group, you know? His name wasn't also Kevin as well. Don't go trying to find Kevin, alright? Leave Kevin alone. Anyway, Kevin was infatuated with this new girl that had just moved to a school. This girl knew nobody, so she was extremely nice to everyone, including Kevin. And every day Kevin told the group chat and our group, oh, this girl, she wants me, bro. She wants me. And I applaud the confidence. Honestly, it's great to see people that are confident in life. Oh, but confidence can hurt you sometimes. And that's not to say don't be confident, you know? Like, confidence is great. It's just there's a time and a place for certain actions. But when you're a simp and you're down bad, you don't think straight. And Kevin was not thinking straight. Now, to be fair, this was one of the first girls that Kevin had ever talked to in his entire life outside of his mum and his sister. But even then, proposing to a girl in high school, probably not the best move. Oh shit, did I forget to mention? Yeah, he proposed to this girl in high school. This girl that had only recently transferred about like 2 months ago. He got on one knee in the middle of the corridor and whipped out like a $10 Walmart ring and was like, will you be the one? It was Michael Scott-esque, honestly, and I applaud the confidence. She was not the one, though. And again, I was not great friends with Kevin, so I don't know the entire context of this story, but it was very strange. And word got around school very quick, and life became quite difficult for him very quickly. Being known as the kid that proposes to a girl in high school and gets rejected is not the greatest title. But if Kevin is watching this, and if Kevin can hear me, I fucking love you. Honestly, never stop trying. However, I might have said that a bit quickly, because as I said before, we were in the same online group chat. And when a 90 kg 16-year-old gets heartbroken, well, they usually vent online. And if you're following them online like I was, well, it's kind of just like watching Pandora's box being opened. Bro said a lot of different things, a lot of stuff, in a lot of different chats that I probably cannot repeat on this channel. A lot of very mean things about this girl that kind of showed he was not in a great headspace. Let's just say I'm glad he did not have access to a gun, although I don't live in America, so thank God I don't have to worry about that. And I reached out to him one day to ask him how he was doing and if he was doing alright and if there was any way he could stop what he was doing, because the things he was saying were not great. And he said it was tough for him. He said he was struggling, being like our school's version of Justin Roiland, but he was getting through it. But things were about to get a whole lot worse for him, because soon after I messaged him about that, he got kicked from the school. Turns out you can't really be slandering off people that go to your school online if they didn't really do anything to you and it's more just about being rejected. But who am I to criticize? I never heard from him again, but I think this is a great example of how simping can lead you down a very dark path. School simping is not good. It's not a positive thing. You shouldn't fucking do it. And this leads me to the final stage of simping, which also perfectly aligns for some reason with the 5 stages of grief. But that is acceptance. There are motherfuckers that are down bad in person. There are motherfuckers that are down bad in line. But no matter who you are, you should just accept and just take a chill pill. Accept that maybe they aren't meant to be. Maybe they aren't your soulmate. And maybe they just don't like you. Whether you're in a situation like Tommy or Guzzlecom, or you're in a completely unique situation that I haven't even mentioned in this video, just take a step back, analyze the situation, and then move forward. Does this person actually like you? Are you simping? Are you down bad? If you answered yes to any of those questions, first seek help, but then realize maybe it's not that deep. Maybe you shouldn't be sending dick pics on Discord. Maybe you shouldn't be offering to do her homework. Maybe you should get a fucking life. Now, I am joking a little bit, but simping is an epidemic, whether it's in schools or online dating or on the degenerate side like Discord. It's all good you and me sitting here laughing at these fucking losers, but honestly, are we any better than them? Because I know when I've been down bad in the past, I've been down bad. Like, I've been seriously down bad.
Oh, really?
And the only way I've got out of that is just like leaving the situation. That not like I'm like packing my bags and like moving to fucking Puerto Rico, but just disengaging from the situation and taking a new perspective. Bro, I'm sounding like a fucking psychiatrist in this bitch and I don't even care. Alright, subscribe. Peace. Love you.